jumper with 1:51 to go, and it's been all Carolina since.
Yeah, that was that Davis jumper that made it a 5-point game, which we said at the time was a key jumper, and that's the difference right now.
Yeah, 6-0 run by North Carolina.
Under a minute to play. Georgia Tech 89, North Carolina 88. Carolina looking to stay undefeated on the road. Georgia Tech looking for that marquee signature top 25 win.
Georgia Tech hasn't beaten a top 25 team since the NCAA tournament in 2012, and Tech's going to take a 30-second timeout here to make sure they've got everything set up for this inbounds play. Could be a critical play for the Yellow Jackets here to try to hang on.
May has it, triggers it into Marshall. 45 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock. Marshall loses it, has it taken away by Roundtree. Back the other way. Coleman, layup, and one for Latifah Coleman. Fouls on Rodrika Rogers. That's number 5 on Rogers. So a lead for North Carolina with 36 seconds left to play, and Rodrika Rogers is going to fall out of this ball game.
Roundtree coming around, taking the ball away from Ty Marshall, the senior, and Carolina getting it up to Coleman, makes the bucket, draws the foul. They get the 1-point lead with a chance to make it a 2-point lead. Carolina hadn't led in this game in a while. And Tech has all their scorers on the floor now.
Free throw missed. Whiteside the rebound. Clock running. 30 seconds to play. Here's Davis for Georgia Tech. Davis takes it herself. Layup. Got it.
A quick layup.
Georgia Tech up by 191-90. A whistle and a timeout for North Carolina. Great crowd inside. McCamish Pavilion has been treated to a dandy tonight. North Carolina with the ball to hold for one shot. Trailing Georgia Tech by 1. Coleman inside. McDaniel loses it, gets it back on the ground. A whistle, jump ball, and the arrow points to Georgia Tech.
Now this time it's North Carolina with the turnover, and Georgia Tech's going to call timeout and talk about it. And I think that's the last timeout in this ballgame.
No timeouts left for either team. 91-90 our score. Whitehead inside to Marshall. A whistle and a foul on Zelina McDaniel. And that'll send Ty Marshall to the free throw line, the senior.
Well, who else do you want? I mean, if you can't get it to your best free throw shooter in Kayla Davis, you hopefully have it in the hands of your best experience. And as you mentioned, Marshall 8 of 10 tonight, so.
Ty Marshall at the line shooting.
Marshall on the season, a 61% free throw shooter at 74. Came in with 74 made free throws on the year. Now is 82 with her 8 tonight. First toss on the way. Rattles in and out.
This one she's got to make. You want to at least have it to be a 2-point game so that if they can't hit a 3 and they get a 2, it'll go to overtime. Or you get the rebound, one of the two.
Second toss, got it. It's a 2-point lead for Georgia Tech. Here's Coleman. Coleman to the end line, a whistle. She's going to go to the line for 2 with 6 seconds to play.
And that's going to be it for Kayla Davis.
And that's
the 4th player to foul out.
The 4th player to foul out in this ball game is Kayla Davis for Georgia Tech. Certainly a key if this game goes to overtime to not have Kayla Davis on the floor for Georgia Tech.
Well, you would, if this game went to overtime, Georgia Tech is without their 3 big post players, and Taylor, Bivens, and Rogers. They now be without Davis. Carolina would be out without the Shields if this ends up in overtime. And so now it'll be in the hands of Marshall, who's got 30 points. And if the free throws are made here, you got to look for Marshall probably to be the one to try to shoot it here in these last 6 seconds. And if she'd make it, she could potentially win the game and set the scoring record all at the same time.
Coleman's first toss rattles out.
But now the game will not be tied on a made free throw.
She's 1 of 4 tonight at the line. A 52% free throw shooter is the Pageland, South Carolina native. Second toss on the way. It's good. It's a 1-point lead for Georgia Tech with 6 seconds to play. It's stolen off the inbound and right back to Ty Marshall. Wow, the Jackets dodged the bullet there.
And you can see Butts, number 10, right there. When that, you can see the look on her face now, and she just had her hand in her head because it was right there. The ball was right there, and she just couldn't get the hands on it. And Ty Marshall smartly just wrapped it up and stood there and waited to be fouled. If she can make both of these free throws, she will not only give Tech the 3-point lead, she will also set the Georgia Tech all-time scoring record.
Marshall steps to the line with 30 points tonight. It's a 1-point lead. First toss on the way. It's good for the senior.
She has tied the Georgia Tech scoring record. She's got 1,955 career points, tied with Keisha Ford. This would not only give Tech a huge lead, but would break the scoring record. Everyone is on their feet, all the Tech fans.
Second toss. All net for the senior.
There's the history.
And she nearly steals the inbound pass, knocked it away. So with 3.8 seconds left, North Carolina has a chance for the tie.
And so what would that be for Ty Marshall tonight? If Georgia Tech wins and she sets the scoring record, scoring 32 points in this game, wow.
Coleman at the buzzer. Well, the ball goes over the backboard with a couple tenths of a second left. Georgia Tech is going to win this ball game here in McCamish Pavilion.
Well, they need to inbound it first. They got to at least inbound it and wrap it up.
0.6 seconds left. Whiteside with it on the baseline for Georgia Tech. Dawn May has it. The final score, Georgia Tech knocks off 13th ranked North Carolina, 94-91.